Reattachment is the next step to detachment. So, what is reattachment and why is it so important? Reattachment is the ability to reform and reconnect what has already been separated and broken. With this definition, like detachment, reattachment is also important in life and relationship. Like the symbol of yin and yang, we cannot afford to detach from the world and life when there's nothing needed and necessary to detach from. First, we need to find ourselves. How do we even find ourselves? The best way to find ourselves is to find things that we love and choose to do even when times are tough. For example, one of my favorite things to do is writing. With writing, I can write about my past, present, and future. I can write about the answers to many of my problems. You do not have to choose writing. You can choose many other things. I believe cooking and reading are also great to achieve. With all of this being said, the first step of reattachment is to find something or build something that we can depend on. It can turn into our life work. So the question is, what if we are burnt out and we do not have the motivation to continue this work? Before we answer this, what is motivation? Motivation is a reason or reasons one has for acting or behaving a particular way. With this being said, motivation is the reason why. And your reason why is really essential in life because it turns into who you are now. Is your mistake that you have learned in the past, is your action that you constantly taking to reach your goal, and it's your future plans that you have for yourself. We lose our motivations, we will lose or forget our reason why. When we lose this, we cannot continue with what we are doing because we are losing it in the first place. So we are suffering. We will suffer more and more if we do not solve in the first place. That is one of the big reasons why people drive themselves to depression. This is when detachment, as I mentioned before, becomes essential. Detachment is a way to rediscover the reason why, but do not let it be the way that you get rid of your reason why forever if you detach too long. So it's logical that we continue something too long and get rid, it can get out of hand and will turn into suffering. How do we apply reattachment in our life after detachment? Reattachment can only come after detachment because when you have nothing to lose in the first place, there is nothing to come back to. If you have everything to lose but are scared and anxious to lose it, you can let it go and take small breaks through detachment. Sometimes it's hard to reattach, especially when we are detached for too long. One example of this is that people find their happiness and mindfulness activity through party and clubbing for many years. They will spend their entire 20s going to parties and complain and become complacent and choose to settle down in their 30s. Music, dancing, socializing, and relationship are some of the best mindfulness that we can employ for detachment. Drug is the worst mindfulness practice, and I do not consider a mindfulness practice as a simply opposite of mindfulness. Drug will control our minds, and even if we are not using them right now. The reason for this is because of anxiety and addiction, wanting to take more and more drugs when they do not have them in the beginning with. It's fine for people to drink from time to time because alcohol can get out of our system pretty fast compared to other drugs. However, being an alcoholic and consuming the alcohol every day will have a long-term effect. Going back to people who party every time for years to come, it might be really difficult for them to reattach and create value for themselves, but it's never too late to come back. How come they come back if their minds are already been filled with habits and experience of partying? The answer is fates. What is fates? Fates is defined as something that is believed, especially with strong conviction. With establishment, it's logical that motivation and having a reason is essential for reattachment. Why is this mentioned? This is mentioned because people detach from their goal and habits for so long, they will have to relearn their goal and good habits before they actually can master them. It will be a long journey of consistency and discipline, so that is why we need the reason for motivation. What is my reason to keep going? My reason is family. I want to retire my family, and I want to work now to retire early or work less in the future when I am successful. I have to find a reason to keep going and have faith. We need reattachment and find a way to be healthier, wealthier, and wiser every day.